Everyone, in this video, I will demonstrate how you can create expense report in NetSuite. So now let's get started. Creating an expense report, you can navigate to transactions, then employees, then click on enter expense report. So these expense reports can be used to book the expenses which your employees has submitted, which you will be reimbursing them. Now the expense report page is open here. On this expense report layout, you have to first select the employee for whom you are booking this expense report. Let's say I'm taking my employee record here. In this, you can mention the date of this expense report. On the basis of date, your posting period will come here in this posting period field. You can mention the purpose of the expense report. And you can see the subsidiary and currency and other details are also auto-populated here when you selected the employee record. Next is the approval section. If there is an approval process set up in the system, then this works accordingly. Your approval status will be pending approval in the initial state. Then your approval routing will go on, and then the employee expense report will be approved. Here are the transaction information. If there are any corporate card expenses, then you can log in under this account. Unapproved expenses are there under this unapproved expense report accounts. Currencies, their exchange rate and other stuff. So if you are using multiple currencies on your expense reports and you have multiple currencies tagged on your employee record, then you can change the currency from this drop down. So currently there is US dollar only on this employee record. That's why you're seeing US dollar in the drop down. Now moving to the sublist field. So this is the first one, expense row, in which you have to enter the expense details. So you can mention the expense date here. In the category, you can select the type of the expense which you want to book. So there are multiple options. If you want to create new expense categories, then you can create those as well. Okay, so let me select business mail here. Once you select the category, your expense account will get auto-populated accordingly. And these mappings are there under the expense categories which you have created in the system. You can mention the line description. If any, you can select the class, department if needed. Then you can select the location of the employee. Then here you have to enter the amount for the expense. So here also you are getting multiple options. So if you have done the expense in any another currency, then you can select the different currencies as well on the expense rows. And accordingly, your foreign amount will get updated. If you select any different currency, then exchange rate and foreign amount will be updated. You can add multiple rows and different categories as well on your expense report. So let's say first one we have added for meals and another one if you want to add for airfare, then you can add that one. Select the currency, amount and the details. Click add. If there are any advances which you have already paid to that employee, so you can mention that advance amount here as well in the advance to apply, and that advance amount will be automatically adjusted with this expense report. So after verifying all the details, you can just click save. So now your expense report is saved and you can see the status is pending approval. So according to the approval process system which is set up in your account, the approval thing will work, and once the expense report is approved, you will get make payment button on the expense report. I can show you another approved expense report for that. So I'm going to the list of the expense reports which I'm having here in the system. Yeah, so this is the one I'm having the approved one. And also you can see the differences. The expense report which are unapproved goes under unapproved expense reports, and which are approved, the account is automatically changed to your accounts payable account. So this is an approved expense report. You can see here the status is approved, and now you're seeing the option to make payment to reimburse the amount to your employer account. So here you can see the bifurcation. So the total reimbursement amount is 1000. So in this way, you can log expense reports in your NetSuite account. That's all for today's video. Do like, share and subscribe this channel and stay tuned for more NetSuite related content. Thanks for watching.